Live. Yeah. Good evening. Happy Saturday to you. Just waiting for people to come on. I didn't, I gave half an hour, 40 minutes of a warning before I came out. Hello, Voodoo Vic. Good to see you. Here I come, Constantinople. Here I come, Constantinople. I am coming, Constantinople. Here I come. And on that note, good evening, boys and girls, brothers, sisters, siblings, beings, friends, lovers, country people, folks. I'm Bill, and you're watching Bill's Box of Sound. Welcome to the Saturday night live stream. And I got a few things to cover tonight, but not too many. I want to thank y'all for showing up. It's really nice to see you. We're going to talk about some music, going to talk about some records, going to talk about some other things. First of all, you'll notice the title of this video, and I'll point this out for those who usually watch after the fact, after the live stream. You'll notice that the name of this live stream is live stream number 13 or post 12. Reason for that is that I did a live stream last week last Saturday, and it was called Livestream 12, cleaning out the inbox. And, after I got done with it, I kept it live for, about 8 hours or so. I woke up about, say, 5 o'clock in the morning, Cleveland time, and, I deleted I turned it into a private video. I'm eventually gonna delete it. I'm gonna, like, save it someplace and then delete it. And, the reason is I said some things on that live stream that I really was not proud of, and after the fact, I was proven to be wrong about something, and I'll explain that in a moment. Um, so people were asking me about the old VC and the new VC, and, the question was posted as to what do I like about the old and new vinyl community, what do I dislike about the old and new vinyl community, and I voiced that I pretty much don't dislike any, uh, vinyl community stuff because basically it's helping to promote the fact that we're collecting records and we love to do so, and we're talking about music and encouraging each other to seek out and get things that we enjoy, that we like, as far as music is concerned and as far as vinyl is concerned, and, I also voiced that there are simply some vinyl community channels that I do not care for. There's probably lots of people that don't care for me, that's why I have less than 5,000 subscribers. Um, but, I then said some detrimental things about a particular vinyl community person, um, and what this person does, and he's not the only person who does this. There's lots of people that treat their vinyl community channel as a business model to make money. They structure it specifically so they have lots of links to products that you can buy, uh, at that they'll get a kickback for if you go to that website and buy it. And they also treat their videos more like regular television shows. They even go to the point of saying, "Oh, this is season 3, episode 14," and all that other stuff. And, they do a lot of things that are patently promoting, uh, the channel so that they can make more money in clicks and in ads and stuff like that. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta do it in an entertaining way. Anyway, so one of the channels that kind of like has a business model as its way of doing things, at least that's how I perceive it to be, is Vinyl Eyes, which is hosted by a guy named Jarrett New, who I believe he's a graduate from a film school, and he knows quite a bit about making videos. And in my estimation, I may be wrong, uh, he's not extremely knowledgeable about the vinyl or the history of records. He's learning, nothing wrong with that. And he's putting out stuff on his channel that he thinks is good. Personally, I'm not a fan of his videos, but he's got like over 100,000 subscribers. So who am I to say he's wrong? Um, so I said that and I finished the video. And then I was doing some other stuff and I saw that he had put up a video recently. So I took a look at it, and this video was about grading your vinyl, um, as per the gold mine standard and or the Discogs standard, which the 2 really, do, lean on each other. And, damn it, it was a damn fine video. It was informative, it was correct, and it was to the point, and you know what? I learned something. So, Jarrett, if you're watching, my imaginary hat is off to you, and, keep making videos. Not gonna guarantee that I'm gonna like them all, but hey, nobody has to like any of my videos. And, if you do like this video and you do like my channel and you haven't done so already, please hit the like button down there and, please hit the subscribe button, and I really do appreciate it because, yes, I like money too. So, I'm not demanding that you do so, but, it would be nice. Um, so I've gotten that off of my chest, and I feel a lot better about it. Watch any damn vinyl community channel you like. The ones you like more, watch them more. Hit those like buttons and subscribe to them because that's how YouTube rates the videos and recommends videos. If, like, say, for example, I make a Zappa oriented video, and a lot of people who also watch Zappa oriented videos click like on that and subscribe to my channel, the computers in YouTube, Google's computers, are going to seek out more people that watch those types of videos and say, "Hey, you may like this guy and his review of the Hot Rats box," or something like that. So, that's all that is. Now, to the real news at hand, I'm going to come on. Can't do a video without having myself some Diet Coke with a little bit of citrus and some black velvet, one of my favorite beverages of all time. Cheers to you, and cheers to Voodoo Vic. So here's what went down today. On Facebook, I'm a member of a group called the Northeast Ohio Vinyl Club. Um, a nice little bunch of friends, and that's headed up and organized by Jason Berchaski. And we got several thousand members. And today we were down at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in downtown Cleveland. And well, there were a lot of people down there. There was a album swap. Uh, Vendors got together in the basement of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the area just before you go in and check out all the exhibits and stuff. And this was free. You didn't have to pay to see this. You could go down, talk to people about records, look at records, and buy records. If you had some records with you, you could swap. So it was a lot of fun. It wasn't it wasn't crowded vendor wise. There weren't so many vendors that you couldn't see everything. Um, and for some reason, I don't know why, my brain thought that it was from noon to 5 p.m. today. I got up this morning and pulled up Facebook just to double check and said 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's like, oh crap, it's starting right now. And I had responsibilities here at home that I had to take care of. So I took care of those, went up there as quickly as I could, and joined them about a little after 12 noon. Parked my car at the Great Lakes Science Center and walked over to the Rock Hall and started looking for records and said hi. Lots of people saying hi. I love it. I was over at one place looking at records from Mark Melcher, or just Melcher, um, and retailer of from the Vinyl Groove. Blah, 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 blah. Dave Wolf comes over and says, "Bill, you might as well stop looking. There's no Zappa records in there." But that's not the only thing I listen to, as my frequent visitors will know. Uh, but a lot of fun. I did voice my disapproval because I wanted to sign up as a vendor and sell records at this thing. So I went over to a Jason and I said, "Dude, who do you have to blow to get a table at this vinyl swap? I emailed you, I messaged you, I gave you my email address. Please give me the information. let me know who to contact so I can sign up and be a vendor at this deal." And I heard nothing. I would have it would have been easier to get blood out of a stone, but I heard nothing. But what can you do? But this is the first one, and there's gonna be more of them. I would like there to be one like every 3 months. That would be a lot of fun. I arrived at noon, and, the thing started at 10 o'clock in the morning. The vendors that were there who are friends of mine, they said, "Man, it was crazy here." It was wall to wall people, and, people who were there to sell records, they sold a lot of records, and kinda surprised me because they still had a lot of good stuff to sell, and I'm gonna show you some records in a little bit. So it was a great, great, great event. If you've never been down to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, I would definitely, recommend doing so. When another one of these swaps comes up, I'll probably do a video about it beforehand, so this way, if you live close to Cleveland or you're planning yourself a trip through Cleveland, you can check it out yourself. I've got a message in the chat room. Who is it? It is Homer times 360A, or I'll just call you Homer. And you say you're a casual Zappa fan that loves the vinyl reissues. What do the hardcore fans think about them versus the originals? That's a very good point. Well, there's been a lot of talk in the vinyl community lately about OGs and reissues. And people are finding out that these new high quality uh, reissues, remasters are not always as good sounding as the original ones. And with Zappa's stuff, that's a very good issue because when Frank Zappa was alive making records, he paid a lot of attention to the audio quality. I mean, there's a lot of artists that just, they say, "Okay, this is why I have a producer and an engineer and a record company do this for me. They just do this. They're in charge of making my music sound good." And you go home and they've got something like a step up from a Crosley in their stereo system. But of course, that's not all people who make music. There's a lot of people who are artists that really care about their audio systems. Henry Rollins, for one, he's got an audio system that probably costs close to $500,000, if not more. But Frank Zappa was somebody who cared about audio from the start, and he worked hard to make his records as good sounding as they possibly could. And that if you seek out an original that's in great condition, you will find out that no matter what you think of Zappa's music, it sounds good. Um, Album like, say, for example, because I've got them at hand's reach. You got Joe's Garage. Okay, came out in 1979. This album was half speed mastered by the man who pretty much established half speed mastering in the vinyl universe at Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, Stan Ricker. He's the guy who came up with the original um, half speed mastering process. And Joe's Garage, the original one, part one, and the two record set of ugh, acts two and three right here were cut by Stan Ricker at at JVC, and they were half speed mastered. Now, let me put these back. I believe I think it was the second time that I got to talk to Frank. I interviewed Frank on 2 occasions. One was in 1984, in the middle of that tour, and, then again in 1988 when he was in the middle of the Broadway the Hard Way, tour, and I talked to him about audio quality and digital recording and, record mastering, and I said, "What do you think about half-speed mastering?" And he confirmed that, Joe's Garage was cut half speed by Stan Ricker. And he says, "It's an interesting process, but," says, "for my money, I just rather have it mastered the regular way. When you slow everything down to half speed, and you play it back at regular speed, there's no cartridge that's going to be able to track all them little squiggles." That's pretty much what Zappa said to me. And, I have heard half-speed mastered records that really sound fantastic, and I've heard half-speed records that sound like dog meat. But, you know, each and every one of those is different. Now, in the case of reissues of Zappa records, and I'm gonna grab an original and a remaster here. Let's take a look at an original copy of Absolutely Free on Verve Records. And this is the 2 record, reissue, which I believe was cut by Bernie Grundman. Let's double check it. And I will get to your comments in just a moment here. I just want to answer this question from iHomer. Let's see. Let's take a look at the second record, which side 3 has extra tracks on it. And this was definitely cut by BG, Bernie Grundman. And let's see. On side 3 of this record, after the original album, it doesn't say it right here. Dang it, ding dang dong it. Okay. Hang on here. I know there's more information. Another cool thing about the remasters is all the extra stuff that you get, the libretto, etc. So, let's see. Okay, the bonus section. It's got absolutely free radio ads. It's got the single "Why Don't You Do Me Right," which was not on any regular Zappa album. It's got the single of "Big Leg Emma," a second absolutely free radio ad, a track called "Glutton for Punishment," a 1969 remix of "America Drinks," a 1969 remix of "Brown Shoes Don't Make It," and a 1969 remix of "America Drinks and Goes Home." Um, Several of these tracks were never released in any other form officially. And there's Frank in his lovely little Pipco shirt. Now, in the case in the case of Frank Zappa stuff, they take pains to make sure that those records sound as good as they possibly can, equaling, if not surpassing, the originals, because I will repeat again, Frank Zappa was very conscientious about the quality of the music and the audio on his records. And he tried to make his records sound as good as possible. However, there were some cases where the record company that he was dealing with at the time was not cooperating. Let's take this is a great subject. I'm glad you asked this question, I Homer. Let me pull out in specific these 3 records. Okay. We're talking Studio Tan, Sleep Dirt, and orchestral favorites. And mostly in the case of orchestral favorites, okay? These records were released when Zappa was in a dispute with Warner Brothers, who was the parent company of his independent label at the time. He wanted out of his contract and gave them these records that here, just put these out and consider my contract fulfilled. And Warner Brothers said, "Oh, no, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to sue you for breach of contract." And Zappa countersued them as well. Because there was once a time where there was a Van Morrison album that came out, uh, and it was a good Van Morrison album, but he had not given his permission to release that record, and it was demos. It was, but they were great sounding demos. One of them became a hit, "Brown Eyed Girl," uh, but Bang Records released that anyway. And Van Morrison wanted out of his contract, and they said, "No, no, no, you owe us another album." He says, "Oh, okay. I owe you an album? No problem." So he went into a studio with an acoustic guitar, had them turn on the tape, and he recorded about 40 minutes of songs he just made up on the spot, and they weren't very good. But he gave it to the record company, they released it, he got out of his contract. Warner Brothers didn't want that. So they released these records, but they took these albums and just put them out as cheaply as possible. They didn't put a lot of thought into the mastering, and especially in the case of orchestral favorites. And I detail this in my review of orchestral favorites. On analog master tapes that go to be cut to be made into albums, there are test tones on the tape so that they can calibrate the tape machine so when it plays back and the music goes into the grooves, it's calibrated properly and the tape is transferred onto vinyl as faithfully as possible. They didn't do that for orchestral favorites. Fast forward to this copy of orchestral favorites, which just came out a few years ago. This is the same album, but this is the first time that this record was mastered properly. And watch my video where I review the orchestral favorites reissue. I play the original record as well as the new record, and you can hear the differences, especially in the drums. Things that sounded like tom-toms before, they revealed themselves as timpanis and full orchestral percussion. It's not a drum set, it's real percussion and with serious bang and boom and just hit you in the gut. And, you know, some people, tears fall down their face because the music's so fucking great. So, to answer your question completely, the reissues are good in a case of Zappa. They're as good as they can possibly get. Seldom will you find a Zappa original which sounds better. I'd have to go on a case-by-case basis. People have asked me to start doing a video for each and every Zappa album and consider things like sound quality. I may do that. But if you're buying a Zappa reissue as opposed to an original that doesn't look like it was cared for too well, I'd say buy the reissue because you will be assured of good sound. Plus, Zappa records are hard to come by to begin with. You got me on that? All right. Thank you so much for that question, Homer. And let's check out some other chats here. Two from the Trunk says, I don't mind either. I like a clean OG, but I will buy a reissue if I want the album. The price point is in my wheelhouse. Okay, we pretty much agree. And Homer came back, said Zappa and Neil Young seem to have the best standard price reissues. Well, yeah, you know that Neil Young cares about sound quality. You know, he put out the Pono, uh, uh, the what he thought was the iPod killer, and fell flat on his face, sadly. Um, but you know, he knows the value of analog. Two from the trunk comes back and says, "Yeah, I'm more Neil Young than Zappa. I think I have apostrophe by Zappa, as should everybody." Let's see. All the best mastering engineers that don't work for MoFi say that half speed is a mistake. Um, and once again, as I said, it's a case by case difference. Um, I really was disappointed by the Mobile Fidelity Katie Lied half speed master, and that was before digital was commonplace. That was all analog. But we'll talk about Steely Dan stuff some other day. And it says, I guess it's worth noting that some of these Zappa reissues are not AAA due to sources. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Whenever possible, they are AAA. Take, for example, uh, this 3 record set uh, of Fillmore East, June 1971. There's 3 records. All of these are analog sourced from the start to finish, except for the very last side, I believe, side 6, because this comes from a couple of different sources. And in order to put all these things on one side, they had to assemble them digitally and use the best possible um, mastering that they possibly could. And once again, they got the master, Bernie Grundman, taking care of that stuff. And we got DJ Trish in the house. Hello, Trish. How you doing? Sending out my love to the love goddess of the violent community. And two from the trunk says hey to DJ Trish as well. Yes, yes, the brothers Warner. You know the story, Block. Nobody's fooling you. Okay. Oh, how you doing there? That the reissue of Joe's Garage is amazing. I'm happy I got that rather than the OG half speed. Well, like I said, in the case of Zappa stuff, they're going to make it as good as possible, and they usually do. Me, I own both. But that's just me. Some people like cupcakes better. I, for one, care less for them. All right, enough of that. Let's see. Orchestral Favorites is the only one I didn't buy, but I need to revisit it based on your review. Yeah, watch the review, listen to it. Don't believe me. Watch that video. It's the review for the Orchestral Favorites 40th anniversary. And that's not monetized because I actually play Zappa music in that video, but I wanted to prove a point as to how bad the old one sounds and how great the new one sounds. I always thought the original sounded great, but I did not know. All right. And once again, Block says, except for that lo-fi record he recorded in the booth at Jackie White's place. Oh, you're talking about Neil Young there. Okay. Yeah. When I went to Third Man Records in Nashville, I wanted to put some money into that thing and make my own record. But of course, I was recovering from a cold and I got laryngitis and I could not sing. So I really couldn't do so. If I get back to Nashville someday and that box is still in operation, or if there's one in Michigan, in Detroit, I may go there. So that is that. Okay. Next question. Lonnie Vire or Vonnie Liar. You never know. I enjoy your channel, Bill. What say you about Dweezil's albums? Well, I got those as well. I do like Dweezil's music. Um, Dweezil's a really, 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 really great guitarist. Technically, he is better than a guitarist than Frank was, in my humble opinion. Let me explain that. Um, Dweezil can play a lot of the music that Frank wrote because he's worked on it, he's taught himself, he's practiced, he's done the woodshedding. Um, and I said early on when I started seeing Dweezil's live shows, his Zappa plays Zappa stuff, and s- subsequent tours that just kept on being called Dweezil Zappa. Um, when I first saw Dweezil Zappa live, um, doing Frank's stuff, he kept on with the tradition of doing the guitar solos completely improvised. And that was one of the things that I love about Frank the most is he improvised, he composed on the spot, and man, he made masterpieces. We all know this. Some of his improvised guitar solos are just masterpieces, beautiful things. Um, when Dweezil started out, he was, going naked out there just playing his ass off. And not improvising like his dad did. He's not the improviser that Frank was, but as years went by, oh, he got better, and, a lot of his more recent solos getting better, but, I like Dweezil's solo albums. I like the stuff that he does, but, and I'm sure that he'll probably be the first person to admit to this, they're not Frank Zappa records, but they're good and they're fun, and, I also really, really miss, a lot of the stuff that, Dweezil did with Amit in the Z Band. Um, and just in the past couple of weeks, Joe Travers, JT Media Content, and of course, the Vaultmeister, he put the unexpurgated, complete medley of rock songs from Z, Amit and Dweezil, with him on drums, Mike Keneally on second guitar, and Brian Beller on bass. Go to JT Media Content, that's the name of his channel, and watch that. Your jaw will drop, you will laugh hard, and you will love what you hear at the ZPV medley. Ah, sorry, I'm burping here, folks. Oh, more things here. Let's see here. Let's see. My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mom by Dweezil is 15 bucks. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Get that. Get that. Uh, as a matter of fact, hang on. I'll reach down and grab my copy of My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama. Ugh, where is it? It's down here someplace. Oh, there it is. I'll grab a bunch of Dweezil records while I'm at it. Let's see. Where's the first one? That's the album. Here's a single. All right, I'm grabbing all of these. Nope, that's okay. These are all the Dweezil vinyl records I have. Hang on, I'm pulling them out. Okay, okay. Here comes the Dweezil records, boys and girls. All right. The first single, I think he was like 12 or 13 when he made this. It was produced by Eddie Van Halen. So him and a bunch of kids. Look at that. Little teeny Dweezil. And Moon's and there's Moon, big sister, just a few years older, on Barking Pumpkin Records. My mother is a space cadet backed with crunchy water. His first solo album, produced by Frank Zappa. Let's see, and Bob Stone. And it's got Chad Wackerman on drums, Scott Tunis on bass. It's called Having a Bad Day. This is Dweezil's first solo album. Moon Zappa sings some of the songs on here. Bobcat Goldthwait does some voice work on here. And it's got a couple of really cool instrumentals on here. But yep, that's his first solo album, Having a Bad Day. And this was on Pumpkin Records. Then he got a contract with Chrysalis Records and put out My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama. Let's see. Yeah, this is not a bad album. I like this one. I like The Coolest Guy in the World. He does a cover of My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama. Bang Your Groove Thing, Before I Get Old, Nasty Business, produced by Beau Hill, photography by Annie Leibovitz, the master. And the only other vinyl album I have of Dweezil is Return of the Son of. This is a 3-record set of the Zappa Plays Zappa band doing a lot of Frank stuff. And look, it's an actual ticket for a Dweezil Zappa concert 2016. Dweezil Zappa plays whatever the fuck he wants. The Cease and Desist tour at the Kent stage. Now, I know that one or both of the Z albums were released in the UK on vinyl. Maybe someday I'll be able to buy those way overpriced records, or maybe someday they'll be reissued, but I'll buy them if I can. And let's see here. You shook Dweezil's hand. Very cool. I gave Dweezil a Sharpie, and he kept it when I got a autograph from him after a Z show that I saw in Cleveland. Let's see. Frank James, hello Frank, says Third Man Booth is lathe cut. They are lo-fi, and that is the appeal. Very, very, very correct. Let's see. I saw him do the Jimi Hendrix tribute show. You know what? That's been in Cleveland a couple of times, but I never got to see that. That would be a lot of fun. There's a bunch of guitar players playing tribute to Jimi Hendrix. That would be fun to go see. Let's see. I saw Zappa play Zappa's Choice Cuts tour in 2018 in Memphis. It was 2.5 hours of the finest music ever. Very cool. And let's say what else? Z's first CD is a work of art. And the second one is a work of ARF. It's music for pets, and there's dogs on the cover. um, the first CD by Z is Shampoo Horn. And it's great info. Hey, my pleasure. Love you guys. Uh-oh, what's going on? This happened last week. No, no, no. My blood sugar isn't going down. My blood sugar right now is very, very good indeed. But let's see. Is there somebody at my front door? Not at this late hour. Oh, there's a car going down the street. Okay. And the headlights caused by my doorbell to say, "What happened? What happened? What happened? Tip the dog. Tip the dog." All right. Enough of the Zappa talk for right now. I want to talk about what I said I was going to talk about. The record show, the record swap at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. A lot of fun, a lot of great people, a lot of people just talking about music. I saw people I haven't seen in years, and I met new people and had a lot of fun. And I bought some records too. So let's show them. There's one record I'm not going to show because it's a Christmas gift. So there. I really did not intend on buying many records, and I didn't get that many records. I bought some dollar records that were in not bad shape. I haven't listened to them yet, but I have a feeling they're in pretty good shape. The first one is Shiloh by Neil Diamond. Now, this is from Bang Records, the same company that put out that Van Morrison record that he didn't want to have put out. Now, the cover of this album was a connect the dots puzzle. Apparently, whoever owned this album originally took the liberty of tracing the connect the dots puzzle and making a little picture of Neil Diamond. And yes, even as a connect the dots puzzle, Neil Diamond is way too serious for his own good. However, this was back. Yeah, look at him. Hi, I'm Neil Diamond. I'm serious. I'm serious. Take me seriously. I'm heavy. Just the same, this is back when Neil Diamond put out some kick-ass music. I mean, you got Shiloh, Kentucky Woman, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. You Got to Me, Cherry Cherry. There's also Monday Monday on here. Is that the Mamas and the Papas song? Holy crap, let's take a look. Uh, yep, John Phillips wrote Monday Monday. I think. Wait, let me double check. Double checking. Yep, John Phillips. So he does Monday Monday by the Mamas and the Papas, then his own Cherry Cherry. She got to wet the groove me cherry. Solitary Man. I'm a Believer, which he wrote. Red Red Wine. Thank Lord for the Nighttime. I'll Come Running. And no, it's not the Brian Eno song. And Oh No No. So yeah, check it out. Neil Diamond, Shiloh, on the Bang label. Bang, baby. Next up, man, this record was absolutely freaking caked with dust. Let's see. He was a monkey, sort of. Yeah, okay, Block, no problem. Is it, no? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Block. Unless unless you are my stepdaughter, no, it's not your Christmas gift. I got a record for my stepdaughter today. Okay. Uh, Family comes first. Oh, this is important stuff. Wait, Lonnie says, I ordered a Z boxed set with their third album, the Bone Us CD, and the video. Hard to find now. I wish I would have gotten that. That was Music for Pets with the box set. I wish I would have bought that, but at the time, I was a little short of funds. But anyway, very funny Block. All right, here we go. Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening, their second live album. And man, this record was caked with dust. I had to wash the fuck out of it. And don't look bad at all. Here, let me show you what it looks like now. There are some little tiny scratches on here. Hopefully, it won't affect playing that much, but looks pretty good, don't it? Not bad. Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening, a live album. Kind of like filling up my Blue Oyster Cult vinyl collection. Let's see here. Next, and this was I believe $2. I think is Lee Michaels' fifth album. Main reason I bought this was because of the song. Do you know what I mean? Bum, 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 and this is on the old A&M Brown label. Or I don't know if you'd call that brown or what, beige, but look at how good condition that is. Barely any scratches on that sucker at all. So for $2, a nice buy. We put that away. Now, usually I would not purchase this record, and I paid $2 for it. But I saw a video with Mike Campbell where he explained how he wrote the big hit off of this album, and it was very, very interesting. So for $2, I picked up Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast. It's got the Boys of Summer on it, and this album was in immaculate condition. For $2, I could not back away on this. All right, you kids are talking here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Oh, astronomy. You're talking about on Blue Oyster Cult. Nice. Okay, cool. And tan. Okay, yeah. It's not brown, it's tan. Let's see. What's the song? Sounds like Jay Giles' band. Okay. Yeah, not a bad record for $2. All right, so, um, uh, another one of my buddies in the Northeast Ohio Vinyl Club who is, named Jason G, we'll call him. Um, he tracked me down. He was asking me some questions about a Devo record that he had purchased, the Devo Easy Listening Music album. And, I answered his questions, and, for those of you who have been following, I have made 2 videos about, my Devo collection. First one was studio albums, second one was live albums. And, there's a third one coming of almost everything else. We're talking special, projects like the easy listening music, the hardcore music, um and also solo records and clandestine Devo records. So that's gonna be the next in my Devo series. So I had fun talking to Jason about that, and he explained to me that, he and his wife are gonna be opening up a storefront in, Medina, after Thanksgiving, where they will sell, clothing and records and other fun stuff, so I congratulated him on that. And I said, where is your table set up? Because I don't remember looking at his table." And he pointed over to where it was, and there was his wife there, babysitting one last crate. He says, "I had 2 crates, but, man, I sold so much stuff. I just got the 1 crate left." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna go and look at it because there might be something I want in there." And lo and behold, there was. I gasped when I saw this because this is one of my favorite albums by this group for many reasons. Public Image Limited. The name of this album is Nine, and this is a promo copy, and got the original inner sleeve to it. And let me pull out the actual record itself, show you how lovely it looks. A lot of dust on it, but I cleaned it off, and it looks pristine. I'm definitely giving this puppy a spin tonight in the deepest, darkest hours of the morning. What guy died today? Wait. Who died today? Somebody's saying that somebody died today. That guy died today. Who died? Who died, I Homer? I wanna know. Who died? We have to do a proper thing here. Who died? Who died? Waiting for the comment. Gotta find out who died. Keith Levine. Okay. Keith Levine. Yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. Uh, very sorry to hear that Keith Levine of the original Public Image Limited. As a matter of fact, I was listening to this when I was getting ready to do the live stream tonight. Keith Levine's on this album here, "Flowers of Romance." Yep, founding guitarist. And he also played on the Metal Box. Yeah, Nick Turner died. I was looking for a copy of Hall of the Mountain Grill by Hawkwind today, but let's go back to wow, Keith Levine was only 65. That man, that's 2 years older than me. Let me pull out some other Public Image records. Okay. Here's Live in Tokyo by Public Image. And let's see here. Now, Levine is not on this one. Levine was on Metal Box, and he was on Flowers of Romance. Um, I don't think he was on this album. I think that this is another John McGeoch album, and McGeoch was the guitar player in Magazine. Let's see. Does it say anything in here? Is there a sleeve? Nope. It's about as generic as you can get. Let's see. And pulling out all my public image records. All right. Hey there. We're dropping like fries into the hot vat of grease. All right, so what's going on, John? Hey, Bill, what about Mongoloid Years by Devo? Everything's been reissued except that one. Don't you think it deserves a proper reissue considering the historical value of the recordings? Well, John, are you talking about that live CD, the Mongoloid Years? Because I talked about that on my video about live Devo recordings called the Mongoloid Years. Um, I haven't covered the hardcore recordings. Those were not called the Mongoloid Years. The CD that Ryko Disc put out was called the Mongoloid Years, and one of those 3 concerts did come out as a vinyl record on Jackpot Records for Record Store Day, many years back. So, yep, covered that. Yes, it does, deserve a proper reissue, and you never know, it may happen. Direct those questions to Michael Pilmer. I'm sure that he will ask the powers that be or the powers that D vo. But you missed that one. Well, watch my Devo Volume 2 of video. How long ago did I do that? Let's take a look here. Go back to my videos. Let's see, the Devo number 2, let's see, Devo number 1 studio albums. And then there was Devo collection number 2 live albums and CDs. It's like the next to the last video I put it out on September 30th of this year, and the first Devo video came out on August 5th. So the third one will hopefully be coming soon, and I hope you enjoy it. And it's good to see you, John. And let's see what else is going on here. I'm about out of time. It's almost 11 o'clock. This has been a fun little ride. And yes, as usual, we talked mostly about Zappa, but we got in the record swap at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like I said, when that comes around again, I might be selling at it. But I will promote it on my streams and my regular video channel. So if you live close to Cleveland, or if you're coming through Cleveland at that time, you can come out to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It doesn't cost nothing because you're not going into the museum. You're just going into the lobby and going downstairs to where the fun is. So that's about it. I'm going to play some more funny noises from Spudlok to round out the hour. I'm going to drink a little bit more of that stuff. I'll be drinking a lot more. Oh, stupid me. The last thing I'm going to show you is something that the first thing that I got at the swap. I went to a Melcher's table and was looking through his records, and then I'm talking to some other people, and I hear him say, "Man, who has a reel-to-reel deck anymore?" And I said, "I do." And he says, "Oh yeah, here, take this. Just take it. I'm not going to charge you for it. I did great today. I made a lot of money, and this thing cost me $1.50 at Goodwill. So here, you take it." And it is a reel-to-reel tape of the association's greatest hits. Check this out. Da-da-da-da. And this is not one of those Chizo 3 3/4 inch per seconds. This is a 7.5 IPS copy of the album on reel-to-reel tape. Can't wait to get the old Akai out and play this, even though I do have this on vinyl as well. So, you know what? That's about it. Yeah, I do believe that Jethro Tull does belong into the Rock Hall, and I do believe that Dio belongs in a Rock Hall. But what are you going to do? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a money driven institution, and it's also run by some large companies. Little things, make them change. Rest in peace, Keith Levine. Sorry that he passed away. Um, love to his family. Love to all of you folks. Okay, I had a great time, and I hope you did too. Um, I hope that I get to do another live stream maybe next week. I can't promise anything. Let's see. Today is the 12th, and let's see. Next one's the 19th. It's going to be the last Saturday before Thanksgiving. So uh, w- we might do a live stream next week and give thanks for some good stuff in the vinyl community. I'll talk about some other stuff, including Steely Dan. Yes, I bought the dreaded UHQR, and I'm probably going to buy the rest of them because I am a freak when it comes to Steely Dan, and I'm not going to say anything else about that. No more comments. No, I'm not even going to read them. Not going to read them. No. Don't do it. Okay, that's it. I want to thank you all for showing up. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in and having some fun with me tonight. And that's it. Go listen to some music or something like that, or go watch somebody else's live stream. Just be well, be happy, take care of each other. Oh, getting funky.
Here I come, Constantinople.
Here I come.
Constantinople.
I am coming, Constantinople. Here I come. All the objects are out in the open. All the sheep have followed the spoken word. I'm coming, Word, I'm coming, Constantinople. Here I come. Good night, boys and girls.
Hey, little boy, fell down from the sky like a floating shell.